Welcome back to Dinar community. It's official. The long-awaited revaluation of the Iraqi dinar has happened. After years of speculation, hope, and cautious anticipation, the Central Bank of Iraq has formally announced the reinstatement of the Iraqi dinar at a new and significantly higher value on the global stage. In this special report, we take you behind the scenes of the announcement that shook the global financial system. We'll walk through how the revaluation was implemented, how key institutions responded, and what this means for Iraq and the broader international economy. Let's unpack what just became the most significant monetary event of the decade. Segment 1. The revaluation announcement, breaking the silence. After years of silence and vague statements, the Central Bank of Iraq stunned the world by declaring a new international exchange rate for the Iraqi dinar. In the early hours of Monday morning, Iraq's financial leadership, alongside officials from the Ministry of Finance, issued a televised statement confirming the revaluation. The new rate, a staggering $3.45 United States cents per one Iraqi dinar, aligning with the rate Iraq held prior to the 1990 Gulf War. The announcement, which was carefully coordinated with international agencies including the IMF and World Bank, took place during a highly secure press briefing in Baghdad and was streamed live across multiple official platforms. Financial markets around the globe were temporarily halted as systems recalibrated to the new dinar value. Within minutes, Bloomberg, Reuters, and other top-tier financial outlets reported the news, triggering a wave of analysis and emergency meetings among currency traders, economists, and central banks. Segment 2. The road to revaluation, planning the return to glory. This revaluation didn't happen overnight. It was the result of a carefully orchestrated strategy years in the making. Sources close to the central bank say the final decision was made months ago, but held tightly under wraps to avoid premature leaks or speculation that could destabilize the dinar before the transition. Behind the scenes, the Iraqi government and the central bank worked quietly with major global financial institutions to prepare for the shift. Private conversations with the IMF, BIS, and even selected Tier 1 banks were held under strict non-disclosure agreements. These discussions focused on the logistics of introducing a new rate, adjusting central banking systems, and securing digital and physical currency inventories to prevent chaos during the transition. Over the last 6 months, key systems in banking networks, Forex trading platforms, and regional stock exchanges were quietly updated, all while the public remained unaware of the seismic shift to come. Segment 3. Inside the banks, immediate aftermath of the rate change. Within hours of the announcement, banks across Iraq and the Middle East began updating their systems. In major Iraqi cities like Baghdad, Erbil, and Basra, branches opened early with additional staff and security on site. Internationally, major banks such as JP Morgan Chase, HSBC, Deutsche Bank, and Citigroup activated contingency protocols. Customer portals were temporarily suspended as updated IQD rates were pushed live. Those holding physical dinar were directed to visit branches or use special exchange portals developed in advance for high-value redemptions. While regular tellers weren't authorized to complete large transactions, private banking departments and foreign exchange desks were prepared to assist customers with substantial IQD holdings. We've confirmed that several banks began issuing receipts and provisional balances showing the new dinar exchange value, with full settlement scheduled within 3 to 5 business days, following rigorous compliance checks. Segment 4. High-value exchanges, protocols and verification measures. For high net worth individuals and institutional holders of Iraqi dinar, the process is even more tightly managed. Those with significant IQD holdings, often acquired years ago during Iraq's recovery period, are required to complete a multi-step verification protocol. This includes identity confirmation via biometric data, proof of legal acquisition of currency, disclosure of source of funds, especially for IQD acquired in bulk or via intermediaries. Banks are also mandated to flag any suspicious activity and report to the Financial Action Task Force (FATF) and domestic regulators. This measure, according to officials, ensures that criminal actors, currency traffickers, or terrorist financiers do not benefit from the revaluation. Still, for those who acquired dinar legally and held onto it, the reward is now real and life-changing. Segment 5. Global impact, market shockwaves and institutional response. Markets responded with a mix of shock and euphoria. Currency pairs involving the IQD were briefly frozen on global platforms like Forex.com and MetaTrader. Forex brokers scrambled to adjust spreads, recalibrate positions, and settle trades that had been open for months. Meanwhile, central banks in the US, Europe, and Asia convened emergency sessions to assess reserve balances, especially in institutions known to hold baskets of exotic currencies. The IMF released a statement congratulating Iraq on completing a successful monetary reform and praised its commitment to transparency, economic reconstruction, and compliance with international banking standards. At the United Nations, a resolution recognizing Iraq's economic sovereignty post-revaluation passed unanimously, a symbolic gesture acknowledging the country's return to economic prominence. Segment 6. What happens next? Looking ahead after the RV. In the days ahead, Iraq is expected to release a detailed roadmap for reintegration into global trade markets under its new financial posture. Domestically, Iraq plans to adjust public sector salaries, social programs, and oil contracts to reflect the new value of the dinar. The Ministry of Planning is also working with international advisors to rebase the national budget in light of the RV. Currency exchange offices in the US, UK, and Canada are expected to re-enable physical IQD conversions in the coming weeks, pending system-wide updates and compliance approval. As for everyday holders of dinar, the revaluation has instantly turned modest investments into sizable assets. But experts urge caution, reminding holders to consult professionals before making financial decisions post-exchange. Closing thoughts. The return of Iraq to the global stage. This revaluation marks more than just a shift in currency value, it's a milestone in Iraq's journey from conflict and chaos to stability and sovereignty. Years of planning, patience, and policy reform have culminated in a moment that few believed would actually arrive. But now, the world is watching as Iraq reclaims its place in the global economy. For those who believed in the dinar's potential, the wait is over. The revaluation is real. History has been made. Like and subscribe for more videos.